Hello, welcome to the second video of this 5-video series on understanding risk in mutual funds. In this video, we'll look at standard deviation. Risk parameters in MS. Let us now look at the first risk parameter, which is standard deviation. Standard deviation is a measure that is used to quantify the amount of variation or dispersion of a set of data values. In simple language, it measures how much does a given variable deviate away from its mean value. It is also expressed as square root of variance. Concept of standard deviation. Before we go ahead, it is important for us to understand the concept of standard deviation. Everyone knows today what is standard deviation, but a very few know the exact meaning of it. As we all know, the graph of standard deviation is a bell curve, as shown in this figure. We have also seen that figures like 34.1, 13.6% associated with this. Also, on the x-axis, you can see 1 standard deviation, 2 standard deviation, etc. on both positive as well as negative side. Do you know what does this all mean? Let us try and understand this better. This means the following 3 points. 1. The probability that the actual value of the variable will lie between -1 standard deviation and +1 standard deviation is 68.2%. That is 34.1 plus 34.1. 2. The probability that the actual value of the variable will lie between -2 standard deviation and +2 standard deviation is 95.4%. That is 68.2 plus 13.6 plus 13.6. 3. The probability that the actual value of the variable will lie between -3 standard deviation and +3 standard deviation is 99.6%. That is 95.4 plus 2.1 plus 2.1. Not still clear? Let us understand this better with an example in the next slide. Standard deviation in mutual funds. In mutual funds, standard deviation tells us how much the mutual fund scheme returns can deviate from its historical mean return. Let us take a small example here. You have a mutual fund scheme with 10% historical average returns and 3% is a standard deviation. What does an investor understand from this data? 2 major things. Firstly, 68.2% of the times the future returns will deviate in the range of 1 standard deviation. That is 34.1% on both sides, positive as well as negative. This means that the returns will deviate between 10 minus 3% and 10 plus 3%. This again means that 68.2% of the times the future returns will deviate between 7% and 13%. Secondly, 95.4% of the times the future returns will deviate in the range of 2 standard deviations. That is, the future returns will deviate between 4 and 16%. I hope the concept of standard deviation which relates to mutual fund returns is clear now. Points to be remembered. If standard deviation is high, it means that future returns of the mutual fund scheme are expected to exhibit higher volatility. If the investment horizon is too long, short-term standard deviation may not be significant. Several investors in mutual fund schemes with long-term goals in mind, for such investors, short-term deviation does not hold any significance. Standard deviation comparison should be done only for similar category of funds. As you will see in the video, standard deviation varies drastically across various categories of mutual fund space. Hence, you should not compare two schemes which are in different categories on standard deviation as a parameter. Standard deviation of a diversified portfolio may not help at all. A diversified portfolio would consist of several mutual fund schemes which will span over several categories. As stated earlier, it would not be prudent to consider standard deviation of such a portfolio. It would not have any particular significance. Average standard deviation category wise. The following graph depicts average standard deviation for various categories of mutual fund schemes. This data is an industry average. Remember, for standard deviation, lower the value, the better it is. As you can see, average standard deviation varies for each category. Dividend yield as a category is having the lowest average standard deviation of 12.58%, while banking category has the highest standard deviation of 19.45%. As per ranking, after dividend yield comes large cap sector with an average standard deviation of 12.59%. If we go only by this parameter, our choices for categories will be dividend yield, large caps and equity MNC in this order of preference. Standard deviation versus 3-year CAGR. The following graph depicts average standard deviation for various schemes under the large cap category. This graph and data is only for illustration purpose. The schemes are arranged in descending order of their performance and are labeled as S1, S2, S3, etc. Considering only this parameter and for this category, scheme S4 would have rank number 1 with the lowest standard deviation of 9.68%. Between S1 and S2, an investor would prefer S1 because it has higher returns combined with lower standard deviation. If you observe the graph very carefully, you'll realize that schemes S6 to S10 standard deviation is approximately 12.4, but the returns vary from 12.24 to 12.31%. Obviously, out of these, any investor prefer a scheme with the highest return as the risk parameter value is almost the same. If you have observed, our order of preference has now changed as compared to what we had when we were looking at returns alone. This is the reason why looking at risk parameters in conjunction with returns is very, very important when we are selecting mutual fund schemes. Thank you so much for viewing this video. In the next video, we'll have a look at the Sharpe ratio. Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme related documents carefully.